this, Robin during CP9, she had a fucking ass of the world on her. Once Aokiji showed up, that's when she was like, "Oh fuck," because she hadn't seen Aokiji like in person in like 20 years. Since she was a child and shit of Ohar, and then they burned that shit down. Because they deemed them as devils when they weren't. They were just trying to get real information about the past, and then they were uncovering shit that the regular people shouldn't know about. So then they killed him. But he she was there, and then uh Bruno took her, and Sanji was like, she got taken by those people. We have to get her back. And then they told Luffy, and he was like, all right, we have to get her back. And he's like, when they got to Enizabi, Luffy was like, hey, tell me you want to live, dumb bitch. And she was like, because she was trying to like throw her life away for the crew. And he's like, damn, bitch, you don't know how to do that. You're a valuable member of my crew, so tell me you want to live. And then she was like, I want to live, because she remembered what Saul told her, and, when she was a girl, and, that really, made her, remember that, his words are right, my friends are here right now, I shouldn't push them away. And then Frankie saved her, and she cracked, Spondam's neck, cracked his back, she breaks their, like, neck. That's what she does with her, flower fruit. And they know her by that dough fruit too. Strength is a 74%, speed is a 73%, and durability is a 68% for her, with a 75 for endurance. Intelligence is 85% with her. Experience at 81%. 74% for the close skills, and 86 for a range skills, with 82 for a recoup, and 86 for hacks. That arc was basically about her and her coming to terms with her past, and knowing where to go forward. How to go forward. Do I want to like run around and like, or not even run around? But do I want to end my fucking life, or do I want to heed calls to life and like what was not promised, but like basically from a friend telling her you have something to live for. It's just not here yet. You'll be alone for a long time, but then eventually you'll find him. And it's just a great arc, and it was about her and her connection to the past, and it brings some things together. Ohara was a place, and then it got erased. And other places were like that too. It was a big, that arc is very important. Yeah, you gotta watch that shit. Like once you watch CP9, you shouldn't leave One Piece. But stay cool, call in the corner.